Welcome to You Can Be Healed with Connie. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. Episode 14. How to Forgive Yourself. Hello everyone, I hope you are all well. Today I want to talk about how to forgive yourself. And at the end of this episode, there will be 10 minutes forgiveness visualization exercise and powerful affirmations to help you forgive yourself faster. So make sure that you listen till the end. In fact, a few days ago, I have a post on my Instagram talking about forgiving yourself, and I received many messages asking me if I can explain more. Then I think there could be many people out there who are currently having a hard time forgiving themselves, and that's why I decided to record this episode. So now, let's get started. Forgiving yourself is a process, and you must be kind and be gentle to yourself. Being able to forgive yourself requires empathy, compassion, kindness, and understanding. It also requires you to accept that forgiveness is a choice. When you don't flow freely with life in the present moment, it usually means that you are holding on to a past moment. It can be regret, sadness, hurt, fear, guilt, blame, anger, resentment, or sometimes even a desire for revenge. Each one of these states come from a space of unforgiveness, a refusal to let go. I totally understand that making peace of the past and moving forward is often easier said than done for many people, including myself before. So here I am going to share some perspectives that can help you forgive yourself. We've all done things that we are not proud of, including myself, and I have done many forgiveness work to myself and to others. Then I realized forgiveness is really a matter of choice. It's a decision that you make to free yourself from the past. All of us make mistakes at times. As humans, we are not perfect and will never be perfect. To forgive yourself is to acknowledge your emotions and process your emotions. Give yourself permission to recognize and accept the feelings. Take a step back and look at the big picture. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that you too deserve to be forgiven. No matter what your reasons are for having bitter, unforgiving feelings, you can go beyond them. You always have a choice. You can choose to stay stuck and resentful, or you can do yourself a favor by willingly forgiving what happened in the past, letting it go, and then moving on to create a joyous, fulfilling life. You have the freedom to make your life anything you want it to be, because you have freedom of choice. The first step to forgive yourself is acceptance. When we do something wrong, we have two choices: change the situation or accept it. In Buddhism, that's referred to as right action and right view. If there's something we can do to change the course of things, we should take the right action and practice the right speech. We could apologize to who we have wronged and try to communicate with them. However, if we can't change anything, we should practice right view, which means looking at the situation from a different perspective. Accept that mistakes are inevitable, because the reality is it's impossible to make no mistakes in life. And as life goes on, you will still make mistakes along the journey. This is life, and the beauty of it is we can always learn from our mistakes and transform them to wisdoms that can make us a better person. And second, don't dwell on the past. Release the need to replay a negative situation over and over and over again in your mind, and stop reminding yourself of what should have, could have, or would have been. Often, we dwell on the past and constantly analyze the situation. We might somehow solve it, but the past is gone. Our minds keep it alive. Mentally revisiting a situation over and over again only causes us more unnecessary suffering. It doesn't solve anything at all. Instead of holding on, we should practice letting go. Shift your focus from dwelling on the mistakes to learn how not to repeat them again in the future. We can't go back to the past and change it, but we can certainly choose how to act and react in our present moment. Think of each mistake as a learning experience and remind yourself that you did the best you could with the tools and knowledge you had at the time. Third, show kindness and compassion to yourself. If you find yourself keep criticizing yourself, it's time to show yourself some kindness and compassion. The only way to begin the journey to forgiveness is to be kind and compassionate with yourself. This takes time, practice, and a reminder to yourself that you are worthy of forgiveness. You can say things to yourself such as, I forgive myself for doing this. I understand why I reacted in this way and why I said this, or why I act with ignorance. Be kind, be gentle towards yourself. Fourth, acknowledge the mistake out loud. If you make a mistake and continue to struggle with letting it go, acknowledge out loud what you learned from the mistake. You can do journaling and write them down. When you stop resisting the thought in your head and the emotions in your heart, you may free yourself from some of the burdens. So, writing down the journal is very important because it helps you release all these negative energies. And if you have a hard time putting it out of your mind, try this method. Try to visualize your thoughts and feelings about the mistake going into a container, such as a jar or a box. Put all your feelings. Imagine that all your feelings and thoughts, put them into this box in your mind. Then tell yourself you are putting this aside for now and will return to it when you're ready to forgive. And keep reminding yourself again that you did the best you could with the tools and knowledge you had at the time. Fifth, seek professional help. If you're struggling badly to forgive yourself, you may seek professional help to break these unhealthy patterns in your life and learn new and healthier ways of coping with mistakes. I've done a lot of forgiveness work with my clients and the result is instant. Feel free to contact me for more information. Forgiveness is important to the healing process since it allows you to let go of the anger, guilt, shame, sadness, resentment, or any other feeling you may be experiencing. We all have opinions on what was right and what was wrong according to our own experiences and perceptions. We can all find ways to justify our feelings. We don't have to punish ourselves or punish others for what they did to us. It is foolish for us to punish ourselves in the present because of our past. I would like you to listen to my another episode, How to Forgive Yourself for Past Mistakes. Now, I would like to guide you for a forgiveness visualization that I usually do with my clients during the healing session. And then I will end this episode with powerful forgiveness affirmations by Louise Hay. Please do not listen to this part when you are driving or operating any machinery. It's better if you can listen to this part before you go to bed. Before we get started, I want to quickly introduce who is Louise Hay if you never heard of her. Louise Hay was an American motivational author and the founder of Hay House. Hay House publishes so many self-help books, and it is the primary publisher for books and audiobooks by Deepak Chopra, as well as many books by Wayne Dyer, etc. In fact, Louise came from an extremely traumatic childhood. She had such a hard time forgive everyone in her life, and she didn't know how to love herself. Her story is really inspiring, and I would encourage you to search her on Google and read more about her life. She then found her purpose in the age of around 40s, and in her 50s, she became a successful motivational author. She published several New Thought self-help books, including the book You Can Heal Your Life in 1984, and that was the year she formed the Hay House. I was so blessed to attend one of her self-love workshops in Hong Kong many years ago, not by her but by the official coach trained by her group. For me, she's the master of affirmations and self-love. I still keep several of her books here with me. Louise passes away 3 years ago in 2017 August at the age of 90. She has inspired me a lot, and her affirmations are so powerful. You can find many of her affirmations online as well. Now, let's start our visualization work for forgiveness. I will teach you 2 exercises here to forgive others and to forgive yourself. Now, let's start the first exercise. Forgive others. Find a comfortable position. Sit comfortably, quietly, and peacefully. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Feel your body very relaxed. And your mind is relaxed. feel yourself calm and peaceful. Now, visualize yourself being wrapped by a beautiful pink ball of light. This pink ball of light is surrounding you, covers you, and that you know you are protected and you are safe. Now, think of the person who you think is the hardest to forgive. Slowly seeing this person comes in front of you from a distance. And this person cannot come close to you because you are protected and you are safe. Now, I want you to have a conversation with this person in your mind. I want you to tell this person anything that you wanted to tell him or her, but you never get the chance, including your feelings and how did they make you feel. Tell them what do they need to do to get your forgiveness. Try to get into a little bit more details. Then, in your mind, imagine that it's happening now. Imagine that you've already told this person all your feelings and they did what they need to do to get your forgiveness. I will give you 2 minutes to do this now. Now, you're done with the conversation. And I want you to say it out loud. I forgive you. Then imagine this person disappears from your mind. Visualize this person has gone from your mind, from your space. Now, take 3 very deep breaths. Inhale, feeling the light, love, and peace coming inside your body. When you exhale, release all the worries, all the remaining negative energies. Imagine all of these negativities, they're leaving your body, they're leaving your space. One more deep breath. Breathe in all the love, the forgiveness, and peace. Breathe out all the remaining negative feelings and energy. One more breath. Now, go back to your normal breathing. Feel yourself so calm. And slowly, when you are ready, you can now open your eyes. Usually at this point, you should feel lighter, and it is easier to think about forgiveness. You can do this with different person you want to forgive, but to do this every day would not be good for you. Do it once in a while can be freeing. Now, let's move to the second exercise. Forgive yourself. Before you go to bed tonight, I want you to find a photo of yourself as a young girl or boy. Make sure you can clearly see yourself in the picture. If you can't find a photo, simply put your hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Take few deep breaths and visualize that little you in your heart. I want you to look deeply into your eyes in the photo or the eyes of the little you in your heart. See the innocence of that little soul. Look at her expression, your posture, your hands. Take a few moments to connect with the vulnerability of being a child. You may feel emotional at this point, and that is totally okay. Allow yourself to cry if needed. That's part of the healing process. And I want to remind you that you are loved by the Creator no matter what. I'm going to give you a minute to feel this feeling with your inner child. Feel this little child inside you. How does this child look like? Is she or he happy? Connect to her. Look into her eyes. See the innocence of that little soul. And when you're ready, repeat after me the following prayer. Start with your name, dear, and your name, and then following with I forgive you for. Put the event or circumstance here. I'm going to put an example, and please replace your name and the event that you want to forgive yourself. Remember, at this point, you are still looking in your own picture or closing your eyes, feeling the inner child in you. Here we go. Dear Connie, I forgive you for hurting someone's feeling. I know you were doing the best you could at the time, and I release you from this event forever. I let my self-hatred go, and I put the burden of my limitations in God's hands. I am finished with this memory forever, and I am now free. I now move on with my life. Then imagine your inner child smiling at you. Give this inner little soul a thanks. If the event crosses your mind again, simply repeat, I choose to forgive myself and move on. And then dismiss the thought from your mind. If the memory comes back, or when any negative self-talk arises, repeat yourself again, I choose to forgive myself and move on. After a while, you will find the memory returns less often, and soon you will forget about it altogether. To truly forgive others, we must forgive ourselves first. Forgive yourself for whatever ugliness you saw in yourself. Forgive yourself for not correcting what you think you should have. Forgive yourself for the parts you couldn't respect. Forgive yourself for all those judgments. Forgive yourself for the bad decisions, for the times you lack understanding, for the choices that hurt others and yourself. Forgive yourself for being young and reckless. Forgive yourself for not being able to forgive yourself before. These experiences are valuable lessons, and what matters most right now is your willingness to grow from them. Now, we are moving to the affirmation from Louise Hay. You can repeat after me and keep listening to this anytime you want. I would highly recommend you to listen to this before you go to sleep. And if you want a copy of this affirmation, I will put it under the description in my YouTube channel. Now, let's get started. The door of my heart opens inward. I move through forgiveness to love. Today, I listen to my feelings, and I am gentle with myself. I know that all of my feelings are my friends. It is no fun being a victim. I refuse to be helpless anymore. I claim my own power. I give myself the gift of freedom from the past and move with joy into the now. I get the help I need when I need it from multiple sources. My support system is strong and loving. There is no problem so big or so small that it cannot be solved with love. I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All is well. When I make a mistake, I realize that it is only part of the learning process. I move beyond forgiveness to understanding, and I have compassion for all. Each day is a new opportunity. Yesterday is over and done. Today is the first day of my future. I am forgiving, loving, gentle, and kind. And I know that life loves me. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. I love and accept my family members exactly as they are right now. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I am living the very best way I know how. I cannot change another person. I let others be who they are, and I simply love who I am. It is now safe for me to release all of my childhood traumas and move into love. I know that I cannot take responsibility for other people. We are all under the law of our own consciousness. I return to the basics of life: forgiveness, courage, gratitude, love, and abundance. Everyone in my life has something to teach me. We have a purpose in being together. I forgive everyone in my past for all perceived wrongs. I release them with love now. I hope this episode helps you, and please comment below and let me know how you feel after the exercise. You can listen to this as many times as you want, and remember to be gentle to yourself. Be proud of yourself that you are one step closer each day to your forgiveness goals, and I am so proud of you. Remember to give me a like and subscribe to my channel to show me some support. Thank you once again for listening wherever you are. I'm sending you all love and light. Take care and stay blessed, everyone. I will see you in my next episode.